Hey guys, so I actually want to do a video that I was inspired to do from a guy called the BeyBlade Journey. He actually stopped making videos a few months ago, and I don't know where he's been, but his videos were honestly great. Kind of the same journey I'm on, an adult that's getting into Beyblade with a few other hobbies in our past, trying to transfer those over into this game. So he actually did a video like the title of this video. Do I need every released blade? And I'm also on his page. I don't think we need every blade. He released that video probably close to a year ago. At that time, we had one phase. Now we've got the BX line, the UX line, and the coming CX line. And there are so many blades between Takara and Hasbro. There's so many ratchets and bits and all of these pieces and recolors and this and that. So my take on the entire thing, while there are going to be blades that are meta, we all know the Wizard Rod on ball, right? Wizard Rod, whatever ratchet people are choosing, that on ball, the 560 ratchets, Hexa is starting to get there, Phoenix Wing, that's meta. Drawn Buster is OP for an attack type. And you look at these and you say, wow, I have to have it. And then you look at all the new releases with Phoenix Rudder coming out soon, Leon, Crest, Leon Wall. It's honestly just a wall of a blade. And then you have a new, the whale with the horn on his head, Narwhal. You have all these new blades coming out and you say to yourself, like, wow, I have to have them to stay on top of the meta. You don't. So my son actually has a ton, and one of his favorites to run is Drawn Dagger. And he actually runs that Drawn Dagger against everything. And he comes out on top. So sometimes, not all the time. And I've even used my Drigger, which is unmodified at the moment. I'm waiting for the parts from Chimera Industries to come in, but I've run Drigger against Phoenix Wing on ball and come out on top. Now, that wasn't against a very high level blader. It was definitely against a newcomer, but it does go to show that a blade that's considered one of the lower tier blades with a little bit of thought and practice in it can come out on top against an OP blade. Now, are you gonna win your local tournament or even a regional tournament without meta defining parts? I don't know. I haven't won one, but only one person can win each one. So odds are the person with the meta parts who's put in the practice, they may come out on top. But the way that I'm looking at this journey, and I think the way that BeyBlade Journey looked at it, is more of through like child lens, right? Which one do I like? Which ones do I want to do well with? And what parts do I need to get it there? I've said on my Instagram several times that, Sphinx Cowl is my favorite blade, and it stays in my lineup. It's not OP, it's not meta, it's actually on the lower tier because it's seen as a defensive blade, but I run it all the time. That's the one I practice with. That's the one that I'll choose in a pickup game. That's the one that I'm gonna turn to time and time and time again just because it's my favorite. And I want to do better with it, and I want to understand more and more and more about it. Drigger, that's my close second. I'll run Drigger even though it's not great because it's one of the OG blades that I enjoyed the visuals of when I was younger, right? It's referencing back to those times and trying to introduce my son into the first generation where he's watching the cartoons now and he goes, Dad, well, you have a Drigger. Yeah. And he wants to battle his Phoenix Wing against my Drigger, or he wants to battle, drawn dagger against Drigger. And we do that. And pick the one that you like. Find parts that work well with it. I didn't think that, 460 is pretty much seen as trash. People would get rid of it for $2 on Bays and Bricks or something like that. I think it's a $3 part, and that's actually what I'm running on my Cobalt Dragoon. The ratchet matches up with the blade almost perfectly to where the weight distribution spins better. So it's distributing weight to the attack points of that blade, and that's what I want. So do your research. Don't always just go for meta-defining parts, and you don't have to have all of them. If you want all of them, that's great. But there are so many blades. Look at the original series, look at the Metal Fight series, look at Burst especially. They're gonna come out with more and more and more and more, and it's ridiculous to think that you need all of them. A lot of them are recolors, a lot of them are new molds of existing blades, right? Bite Croc is a reprint of Shark Bite or Keel Shark. So it's just reprinting the same thing over and over again. But also, why would you get a defensive blade if you're not a defensive player? If you don't know how to play defense, why would you get defense? That would be like playing an esport, right? I've referenced this to esports. That would be like playing Overwatch and saying, well, I'm going to be a tank, but you're really a healer. You don't know how to play tank, so why would you get a tank? If you go through any of my games, you can see I only have characters that fit my playstyle. I only want blades that fit my playstyle. One of my good friends, he actually only runs attack type blades. He'll buy pieces, put attack pieces on them because that's all he does. So anyway, yeah, you don't need all the pieces. Just run the blades you like, do what you love, and have fun with this game. All right? All right. Thanks. Take it easy.